Hi, it's Marlowe here, and I'm having a rest day in beautiful Byron Bay. Byron Bay is like the upmarket hippie capital of Australia. Not that I'm an upmarket hippie, don't get that idea, but it's just a very attractive part of the world. It's actually the most easterly point in Australia. So if you look at the map of Australia, that big bulge on the east coast, Byron Bay is at the very most easterly point. There have been some local attractions around here that I've wanted to see. One of them was the Crystal Castle, and that's an isolated little property nestled in some of the beautiful hills around here, very green, a lot of dairy cattle sort of grazing the hillside with lots of pockets of forest and bush. So you get the idea, beautiful blue, strongly blue skies. It's just very, very nice. But they wouldn't let me see this place and bring my little doggy in. So I let that go. I'm working on a list here, so if you want to know what I'm referring to all the time. But I went to this Crystal Castle many years ago. It would have been in the mid-80s when it was only fairly recently opened. And it struck, it really stuck in my memory. It really struck a chord. And so I wanted to revisit it, and they've really expanded it. They've got labyrinth walks there now, and Buddha gardens, and massive Buddhist stupas dedicated to world peace, and it would have just been really cool to get there, but I'll just have to wait for another time. So I've just kind of retreated, I guess, my energy into this nice little rainforest cabin that I'm staying in. It's very close to one of the main roads out of here, also in here, I guess. And so there's a bit of road noise, but when there's no traffic, it's absolutely still. And I was here last night and it was black. It was just so dark. I haven't seen darkness like that for years and years. So yeah, if you ever do come to Byron Bay, place I'm in is the Rainforest Retreat, something like this. Anyway, so today, rather than sort of gallivanting around, because I think I've done enough driving, I'm just spending a bit of quiet time here. I'm planning my Priestess emergence ceremony, which I will do on the beach tomorrow at a place called Nambucca Heads, and I'll probably do it at dusk. Maybe dawn, depends how many people are around. I really, I'll suss that out, but it will either be dusk or dawn on the following day. And I still can't work out how to get Google Maps talking to me reliably, so I'm making a list for my very clever brother-in-law in Canberra, who I'll be visiting and staying with for a few days over the coming weekend. So he's got quite a few problems for me slow down, for him to sort out for me. He's very, very clever with technology. And I have to tell you the saga about little Twiggy. She gave us almost a heart attack on the weekend. She just, on the Sunday where I was with my sister in Brisbane, the whole family had gathered for a barbecue, and so everybody was there, two sisters, their spouses, the nephews, the nieces, and the children of the nephews and the nieces. Well, no, not the niece, but she's still too young. But the two nephews, they're adult men now, and they have families of their own. And the little girl comes up to me and says, "Where's Twiggy?" and poor old Twiggy, she gets really nervous when there's a crowd of people there, because at home it was just me and hubby. And so she would always like hide or cringe, and I just thought she was tucked away somewhere. We called out, "Twiggy, Twiggy, where are you?" Couldn't see her. And there was a way that she could get out onto the street. The garage was adjacent to the barbecue area, and there was a back entrance and the front entrance, and both entrances were open, so she could get out onto the street if she had really wanted to. And I thought, no, she wouldn't really wander that far because she's very timid and quiet, but the cheeky bugger did. And so I started walking the street. "Twiggy, Twiggy, where are you?" I asked anybody who was out in their yard whether they'd seen a little brown doggy, and a couple of people had and said, "Yep, she went that way." So I walked uphill and down dale, and it wasn't how I planned to spend my barbecue Sunday. And I couldn't find her, so I was getting to the edge of my walking capacities, and I thought I'd go back and see if I could get my car out. It was kind of really lodged in. A lot of people were in front of me, and I just wanted, I wanted to drive around and see if I could find her that way. I was starting to get worried, and I was thinking, well, what's the very worst that could happen? Okay, well, the very worst isn't that she gets run over, because then I would know, like, I would have something to deal with. The very worst thing that could happen is if I didn't find her, and then I would just not know, and that would be the most devastating thing, because you wouldn't have that closure. Anyway, so I went back, and everybody was looking at me expectantly. "Have you seen her? Have you found her?" No. And then everybody else was kind of dampened as well. And I persuaded my sister, who was the hostess, to drive me around, because she knew the area and I didn't. And if I get lost too, my Google Maps doesn't talk to me. And anyway, so we drove around, and we sort of stretched a little bit further than we thought her little legs might carry her. And we were driving very slowly. "Twiggy, Twiggy, where are you?" And somebody, yelled at us and tooted the horn of their car because we had driven past their place. And so I didn't hear that. My sister heard it. And so she stopped and she said, "I think someone's trying to get our attention." Anyway, so I get out of the car. Oh, and this woman comes out holding this little bundle, and she has her own little dog down there. So I was so grateful that she was handed back to me, and she had travelled almost a kilometre, like not quite a mile, but she only has these little legs, and she must have been so determined. And I'm just trying to understand what might have been in her mind to make her walk away. So I don't know if she was having a hissy fit because I was ignoring her, because she gets very clingy when there's a lot of people, and I just I needed free hands to partake of the good stuff. And so for the rest of the afternoon she was on the lead, and so that was a very happy ending, but it certainly gave all of us a bit of drama that we didn't really want. But I guess it added sort of a bit of gratitude, or a lot of gratitude, and a lot of thankfulness to the day. So that's basically all my news. I don't want to give you news like that too often. And in this video, I just want to say a special hello to Lily and Shane. They're my little niece and nephew who are living in Tasmania. and their mum lets them watch these YouTube snippets, and it's their way of getting to know me before I get down there. So hello Lily, hello Shane. I'll be there in a little over a week, just before you go back to school. So we'll have a few days together before your school holidays end. Okay, bye-bye. I'll see you soon. And for the rest of you, marloweaster.com. Not that I've had any internet coverage to be able to do anything on that site, but certainly sign up for the free gift so that I've got you on my mailing list for when I do start getting active again, which will probably be in early May. And I am just going to be like a fertilized garden with the right weather. It's just going to take off. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a day or so. Bye bye.